And we're back in the attic.
I couldn't stand the wait.
Come on, Danny. You're supposed to wait.
It's getting too big, man.
It's too big. It was short. It was shorter than last week's.
I doubt that.
It might have been a scotch. I'm going to measure it.
Okay.
I am. All right.
The pause, man. The pregnant pauses.
So we got Dancast. Are we going to number these? Because
should we? We're running out of numbers.
It's like 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least.
I'm running out of references to Star Wars with the numbering.
Speaking of Star Wars, actually it was Star Trek. I'm not going to say it. It's pretty nerdy, and you hate it.
Did you see the three
I was watching
frames that they showed on Conan?
I was watching The Big Bang last night with the girl.
New episode?
Newer. And she's a fan of it, and I kind of
most of America is. It's America's most watched comedy. I
kind of fell out of it for a while. I mean, I still enjoy it, but I kind of fell out of it. I didn't like it as much as the beginning.
Yeah, tell me when Will Wheaton gets back.
He was on it.
He was on.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's got another episode he's guest starring on again too with LeVar Burton.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jodie.
Yep.
Jodie LaForge, but they were playing the 3D chess thing from Star Trek, the original Star Trek.
Oh, on
the show.
Big Bang?
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I want to buy one of those. So I found it on Amazon.
How much?
It's $600.
I'd do that. Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
It actually says it's like 24 karat gold, and like the pat pieces are like silver and shit like that.
Wow.
I know.
The gold pieces, though, they'll bend so easily. You just put it down and the thing will just...
No, this is gold plated, 24 gold plate. Come on, Danny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If it was sold gold, it would be more than $600.
Hey, gold member.
Gold member. Speaking of gold member, I'm excited for the new 007 game.
The game?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the game.
No. It's supposed to be like hit a whole bunch of different movies.
With Daniel Craig, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think originally they were supposed to have Roger Moore, but they ended up jettisoning that idea.
Was he was going to do the voice?
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah. Because I guess they're doing Roger Moore ones, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I forget which movies.
I'm assuming that's coming out with Skyfall. It'll probably come out the game or release during that.
Probably. Yeah. Did you hear the theme for Skyfall?
I did. It was
showing everywhere.
It was Adele, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it on the radio.
Wait for the Skyfall.
Oh, God.
Something Skyfall. That's all I know.
Did you like that?
I just...
You're too loud when you say fall.
Skyfall.
There you go. There you go. Did you like it? I heard it.
It was fine.
I heard it driving the bus, and like it was staticky and all shitty. And she said Skyfall twice. I'm like, God, is this the theme for the movie? It has to be. So I didn't really get a good listening experience on it.
They just keep talking about waiting for the Skyfall.
Really?
Because I guess Skyfall must be I don't know, some program or something.
I don't know. I have to
computers. I don't know.
Check it out. Maybe.
I guess.
Possibly outro.
It's in the trailer.
It is?
Yeah, the new trailer.
They put out a new trailer?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So,
cool.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. November 20th or something?
I have no idea.
15th. I don't know. It's November, kids.
Yeah,
be excited.
Woo. Skyfall.
Skyfall.
Right. Enough of that, Danny. You don't sound like Adele at all.
They used to do this thing on the radio station near us, WAF, whereas what's in Adele's lunch, and the guy would sing.
Oh, really?
The guy they just fired would pretend to be Adele and like sing about ingredients in her food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Who'd they fire?
Kevin, whatever. He's the guy who does all the voices on the show.
Oh, really? Why'd they fire him?
I don't know. Budget.
Budget?
Things. Yeah.
How do you get rid of the voice guy?
I don't know. So I don't listen to that anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
They make a lot of
the best part.
They had a whole bunch of people on the Hillman.
Yeah. But that's the death of radio. We're in the podcasting business. The future of radio.
Yep. So no one knows what it is.
Yep.
I'm really tired of explaining to people. Oh, so it's like internet radio. Yes.
Yes, that's what it is.
Like I had to explain it to Corey.
It's like Pandora.
Like I get upset because like I can understand older people wouldn't understand it, but like
the youngins.
Yeah, Corey's only 21. He's like, so what exactly is a podcast? I'm like,
it's this stupid thing we do that no one listens to.
Basically.
But hey.
All
right.
So this is gonna be hardcore TV.
Yeah. Be prepared.
Be prepared.
Because we are going to be talking about Boardwalk Empire up to episode 4, right? That's what we just watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, up to episode 4, which we're all caught up on now. We're going to talk Revolution up to episode 3, which was the newest one that was just last week. And then we're going to be talking about the second episode of Last Resort, which dropped 2 million viewers for its second episode, which isn't bad for a drop from the pilot episode, but it only started at 9 million, so we're down to 7 million, so it's not looking good for Last Resort. But Revolution got picked up for the full season, so we'll get 22 episodes of that.
So really, that's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, I know. Usually, network TV is nuts with the number of episodes.
Can't wait. 22.
Yep. All right, so where do you want to start? Revolution?
Sure.
All right, we're going to be going into the Monroe Republic.
The Monroe Republic.
So basically, this episode was there with this rebel lady, and they're trying to find a place to hide, and they go back to her base, and all the guys are destroyed and whatever from the militia, so then the militia ends up finding them, and they hold out in the base. And then we find out that, what's-his-face, Miles Matherson was one of the founding fathers of the Monroe Republic, and he pretty much trained all the militia, so they're holed up in there, and the guy's got a sniper rifle just taking everyone down on the roof.
Yeah, it took down a shit ton of guys.
Yeah, it was like every 3 seconds they just send a new guy just to have him waste bullets or whatever.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, you got expendable guys, man. Expendables. Yeah. So what do you think of the episode?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
No.
What better or worse than previous episodes?
I liked it. I think it's on par. I don't think it's better or worse than the other ones.
Yeah. First episode I don't think is that good.
Yeah, I just think because they're just trying to get you familiarized with all the characters
and
like,
the world.
Yeah, and what's going on. And I do like the flashbacks quite a bit.
Yeah, because they go back into why they pretty much started the militia. You can see because they end up saving a guy who's getting beat up by these just random vagrants.
Yeah, so Miles and Sebastian save this guy who ends up actually being the guy who's trying to capture Miles and the rebels at this base.
Yeah,
which was irony at its best.
Yes, they really did a good job, showing us that. I guess I don't know.
So I mean, that just showed the beginning of like how like the militia kind of started, like how it was like.
Yeah, it gave you an idea for how it started and why he trusted this guy so much because he knew he wasn't gonna screw him over.
Yeah, I mean, he's known him
saved
for
his life.
15 years almost.
Yeah, that's true. 15 years.
So it's a long time. It's a lifetime in some people.
Especially for the title character here, the Charlie, yeah. He's all like talking to this guy, trying to patch people up.
Trying to. So we found we found a little bit more out about that necklace thing.
Yeah, that was actually a cool part in the episode where it like shoots out like a, I don't know, electrical charge or something. And
I don't know. I mean, it lights up white, and I think it just in like a certain radius around that object, everything that is electronic or that requires power becomes back on.
Yeah, but wouldn't they still need like the wires connecting to it to work? Like, where's the energy come from to start this up?
What, that necklace?
Yeah. Does it just come from the necklace? Like,
yeah, it comes
somehow,
the way it looks like to me is that it just comes from the necklace. So if you put the necklace close to like any electronic device, when it's lit up, it'll allow power to work.
All right, but where's the power coming from?
What power? Power
like,
from the necklace?
The energy, yeah. Is the energy?
Well, all right.
Like,
So
is it a small nuclear reactor in like this necklace?
Right. I don't know what powers the necklace, but whatever like it's next to, like the head, like the CD player started playing.
Yeah,
because I'm assuming
Marvin Gaye. I was singing Marvin Gaye
right.
all day. Heard it through the grapevine.
It had batteries in it, and like her iPhone worked because it has its battery in it. So I mean, granted, I don't think at least the iPhone shouldn't work because that's like been without power for 15 years. I don't think anything would come back from that.
Probably not, but it's a brand new world, a brave new world.
So I don't think that'll work. But like way when we saw the necklace before, it looked like they hit something on the necklace like to turn it on.
Yeah, or like a USB drive.
Yeah, there is a USB drive in it somewhere, and like you don't ever see like it just started working.
Yeah. I feel like that could really destroy the show if they don't explain this whole like mystical artifact of power. If they don't like explain it real well, because I mean the other parts of the show where it's like the end of the world and people fighting just for food and control of the government. Like that works fine, and I think like it's fine. But to have like this crazy like talisman type thing that randomly makes power work, like it could totally like destroy like the reality of the show, you know,
of being like without power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it should be interesting how they do it.
Because to me, if I wanted to watch the show, I wanted like The Walking Dead, where like the whole Earth is destroyed and people just have to fight to survive, as opposed to this like great messianic thing where it's like we're gonna get the power to work again, and the power works again, and the world's saved.
But I mean, it does fall into the whole main plot line because like, you know,
at the beginning, yeah.
Well, Sebastian it really just wants to get Miles and Charlie's dad, I forget his name now.
Who died?
Yeah, who died. Really wanted to get him into it because they think they know what happened to the power, which I agree. Like Charlie's dad probably definitely does.
Yeah, but my question is why wouldn't he explain this at all? Why didn't he try to get it back on again? Like
who?
Charlie's dad who died. Like because when he first shows up in the series, like the 15 years before, he's like, the power's going to go off and it's never going to come back on again. Why would he say it's never going to come back on again? And then we see the storyline about trying to get the power back on again.
The only thing I can think of is that like he would get killed.
What do you mean he would get killed?
Like, you know, whatever caused for the planet to lose power, which, you know, the way it looks, to my opinion, it has something to do with like a government or something.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah. I would definitely. It seems like that.
Yeah. So some government has something to do with why the whole planet lost power. So he comes home. You see him download that thing on that necklace.
Yeah.
And you say like he's never gonna come back. Why doesn't he try? I think this is fearful because like he lied about who he is and stuff. And then
all right. Yes. You know, and he doesn't want to get the rest of his family involved.
Right. Even though like his wife died, didn't she die?
They said she died, but then we saw she was alive at the end of the last episode.
Right.
Yeah. So he's lying about a lot of things.
Right.
Apparently.
So I think that's the biggest reason why you see him not try to get the power back is because he's like he would lose Charlie and his son Danny.
Yeah, and we saw how weak he was when his wife was actually the one who killed the guy.
Right. That's a perfect example. And then the flashback when he couldn't kill this man who's taking their food, and the wife's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
Yeah, and then that actually has a good callback for what happened in this episode, where Charlie was yelling at Miles and saying that her dad was a coward, and Miles got wicked upset with her. It's like, "Don't you ever talk bad about your dad." So apparently, Miles has a lot of respect for his brother, who he hasn't seen in a while. But
yeah. But I mean, Charlie's not exactly wrong because maybe she remembers that day there, and there's probably more flashbacks we're gonna see where her mom has to take the man's role.
Yeah, this is definitely reminds me of Lost, in that like the flashbacks.
Well, it should. It's got the same producer.
Yeah, it does. One of them. Yeah, that like the flashbacks inform what is happening.
So I never got into Lost. So like, are you able to compare Lost very closely to this?
No, not really. Just in the basic premise of that they were gonna have flashbacks to what happened before, and it's gonna inform the future storylines. But Lost really relied on the flashbacks. Like the entire each episode was focus on a character, and we'd see the past of that character and sort of how they got there and how everyone was pretty much connected on this plane that went down and Lost, which was really interesting. But I don't know. I'm definitely going to keep watching Revolution. I've liked it more now from what I've seen, just like the fighting against the militias and stuff. And we found out like what kind of weapons they're using now. They're like using all antique weapons because like they can't create any more bullets for the real guns. Yeah,
well, they can't create the bullets for the real guns, so that I guess they must be able to create what requires like an old musket.
Yeah, a musket. You just need like a little
you just need lead.
Silver. Yeah,
it's not silver, it's lead.
Melted whatever. You can melt whatever you want, man. Copper, I don't know. Just shoot balls at people. That's all I know.
No, they melted lead because it had the lowest boiling temp.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
I feel like the fumes, though, from the lead boiling.
Yeah, people didn't know about that then.
Yeah, okay. Well, I hope they know now.
Yeah. So you see that, and like I don't know. You find out a little bit more about the what's that group that we find out about?
The Rebels.
The Rebels.
Yeah, who want to restore the United States.
Yes. you find out about Nora there. She's like, yeah, she's at part. She ended up joining the rebels because she lost her son. And
when she was pregnant and the militia beat her up.
Right, and so she's like, if I'm going to have another son, I want him to be born in America, not Monroe Republic.
Yeah, which is woo America.
Woo America. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, so
what did you think of the rebels? I thought the rebels were very
ragtag rebels.
I don't know, not I was unimpressed.
Yeah,
seemed very small, seemed very scattered. It just seems like, if they said it differently, like if this was like a clan of the whole rebels organization, like the ones that are running in this area.
Well, yeah, they were, because they were going to meet up in a couple of months at the main base they have. So apparently
they didn't say that.
They did.
Well, I understand they said we're going to meet up in 2 months.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
They said at Fort whatever.
Yeah,
they said a fort.
Yeah, but it did. I don't know. That just didn't imply to me in my head that there's more of them.
Well, that's what I got.
That's what you got.
More.
Well,
yeah, I'm thinking there's more.
We'll find out.
Basically, I think this show is like pushing us for Miles needs to grow some balls again. He tried this once to be a leader, and it ended up creating this like monster of a militia. So he's gonna have to go up against his own men. His own men pretty soon.
So you think you'll get Miles to train the
Yeah, I think they will get Miles to train the rebels, and he'll we've already seen how much Charlie can like push him to do certain things, and he sort of follows her almost.
Yeah, but don't you think it'd be hard to get people to trust Miles again, knowing that he was Monroe's number 1 man for years?
Yeah, actually, I think that could help people, because I don't think they'll like what he's doing, but they'll trust him in the fact that he wants to stop what he's created. Like, why would he join? Oh, maybe when we get to like a high command within the rebels, they won't trust him, but he'll probably be prisoner. But eventually, I think people will trust him just in how he's helped them all escape recently. At the end of the episode, he helped all the rebels escape. So I think people will grow to trust him more. I mean, this will happen over a period, but I pretty much... This show, I think, is pushing it to a battle that's going to be between Monroe and Miles.
So,
but I do think with Danny, the one who's been captured by the Monroe militia, I think he's actually going to end up being like a guy within the militia.
You think he is?
Yeah, I think the guy who's has him under control, Commander Neville, Captain Neville. Yeah, like I feel like he sees something in this Danny kid, and he's gonna try to like become his surrogate father figure and kind of train him up. Just because we saw him when he was getting attacked or whatever, he has like the courage to fight back and stuff, and like threaten this guy's life. And like we've already seen him, he killed the guy who killed his dad, so. We could be seeing Danny going down a dark road coming up.
I could see that. But so we saw Miles get captured, and that relieved let all the rebels become free. And then like the next scene, more or less, you see them like Charlie and Nora get him back. Yeah. What did you think?
I thought that was a pretty awesome action scene.
It was,
like,
but there's
there, and then when she's got like the crossbow, fires the flaming arrow there, and the bridge blows up.
I was a little surprised, though, because they had, like, all you see is this Miles chatting up with that captain guy.
Yeah, his old buddy.
Yeah, the one he saved. I don't know his name, though.
Yeah, I don't either.
And then all of a sudden you see him get rescued. Like, I'm surprised they didn't see, like, Charlie and, like, Nora, like, first do a small argue, like, yeah, we should save him. And be like, no, we can't save him, yada, yada. Then they devise this master plan.
Yeah, well, you're constricted on time, so you can't really get into it. I do feel like they go through a lot of, like, storylines you expect to take longer. They do them, like, within an episode almost.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like him being captured would, like, play out over a longer time period, and they'd have to, like, do guerrilla tactics, like, fighting them as they're bringing him back. Like, do it a couple times, like, like the hit-and-run attacks and stuff. But, yeah, this show does, like, set up things and then end them really quick. So I wonder what their plan is for the entire season, because I know they must have a plan, but it just seems like there's a lot of just, like, inconsequential things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no far-reaching consequence to what happens. It's just kind of like, oh, they're there, and we rescue them now, and then it's over.
Yeah.
But hey,
Did you see? So you saw them like blow up the bridge and more or less make that bridge.
Broken. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess broken. I mean, that's a pretty big consequence now because, like, how are they going to get over that river?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
definitely slowed them down.
I mean, you do have the militia on the other side, but that could also, like, I don't know, the way I was thinking that, you're fucking yourself kind of by blowing up this bridge too.
Yeah, because it's going to take people forever to get across, and there's no building supplies and stuff to rebuild these type of bridges.
Right.
These structures and stuff. Yeah, so
I mean, like some of it, like I think I mean, as much as like they don't have building structures, but like they go back to like what the settlers had, man. Like start cutting down trees and like you could build like a wooden bridge.
Yeah,
you don't really see a whole lot of that going on.
Well, it has only been 15 years, and I think everyone's sort of trying to hide out in their own little like villages now is what it kind of seems like. There's little trade and stuff, and the only thing that's like sort of, I mean, there are multiple militias throughout the United States, is what they've said in like the beginning parts of like the world descended in militias or whatever. So everyone's kind of isolated right now. Is what it seems like. So my question is like, what is the remnants of the U.S. government? Like, what is actually left? Because these rebels obviously have to be fighting for something.
Yeah, that is a good question. Like, what is left of the government and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, we know they can't get all the way out here to Chicago, so they're definitely cut off. But there must be like someone replaced the power vacuum in the DC, or they just kept with the similar military.
You thought you kind of saw like a brief hit in it because you saw Miles and Sebastian hanging out in some fort somewhere for the government.
Oh yeah.
Some military base, and Miles like, I'm going AWOL. I gotta go find my brother.
Yeah. So something must obviously happen. With him getting his brother. So hopefully we'll see that coming up soon. What happened that drove Miles away?
Yeah. I mean, at that point, it's probably Miles was coming into power and building up, the militia.
Yeah, when they finally meet, it's probably that type of thing. And then his brother's like, I don't even recognize you anymore.
Right, because like he's coming in. I mean, he's already killed those 2 other guys in cold blood, and God knows how many more he kills before he finds his brother.
Yeah. So.
And then, like, should be interesting, though.
Yeah, there's enough interest to keep watching.
I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah. But
my dad watches it. I was surprised.
Oh, what's he think?
He likes it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really get deep into his feelings
done,
on it.
It's done well with review wise. I mean, not review wise. I mean, watchers. Watchers. I don't know. Viewership.
IMDb gives it a 6.5.
Yeah, reviews are mixed. Like IGN's been given pretty much straight 7s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's a little bit low, I think.
I don't know.
What would you give it?
I'd give it a C, a 7.
You would?
Yeah.
Not 7 out of our movie scale.
No, not 7 out of our movie scale.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, on the Attic Podcast scale, I'll give it a 5.
You would?
No, 4.
4, really?
Yeah, 4.
That's pretty low.
No, I mean, it's hard to tell. You can't really judge a TV series until you've at least seen like a season. Like watching Smallville has definitely shown me like it gets better in most shows as they go along.
That's you're 5 seasons in. And you're like, I'm really enjoying it now.
Yeah, it took a while.
I mean, honestly, if you had to devote one day, if you didn't have them all on DVD, or Blu-ray, excuse me, because you just switched off of Blu-ray, right?
No, I got one more, and then I'm on the Blu-rays.
Oh, the Blu-rays are only the later ones?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going.
Sadly, no, I'm still on the DVDs.
All right. So. Sadly. So, I mean, I think if you didn't have them on DVD already and you had to watch it every week, I don't think you would have stayed with it.
No, probably not. Not for 5 years. No. Yeah, no. But the DVDs are helpful.
No, there's no way you would.
No, I would have. Yeah, probably. I would have stuck around.
I mean, that's your.
I stuck around for Lost.
That's like your MO, more or less.
No, I've watched all of Breaking Bad. Yeah, I usually do fall behind and then catch up for everything. I don't know. The week-long wait doesn't always help.
Yeah, shows. No, I agree. But so that's just interesting that you can't give this show a good rating until you see a full season. I mean, I can understand that, but I just feel like towards the end of the season,
I just feel like we're at a point within Revolution where we can't really tell where it's going. You know, it seems aimless. Even though we do have the main thrust of the plot being getting Danny back, it still seems kind of aimless towards what.
I mean, I don't think that's the main plot anymore. Is get Danny back. Seems to be a lot going on.
Well, what's the main plot then?
I don't. You know what? After seeing this one, I don't know.
Yeah, they're just
because you got they got the whole Republic thing going on. Not the Republic, the fucking rebels going on, and then you have the
magic.
Yeah, the necklace thing with that guy, the Google guy.
Yeah, the Google guy.
I love, by the way. You want to hear a funny story? I'll tell you a funny story.
Yeah,
I got beat up in 5th grade, and then I ended up owning 4 houses and a wife who loved me, and then I lost it all and getting beat up by that same guy in 5th grade.
Yeah, it's pretty much the Stone Age back for him, and he's all upset.
That was pretty not funny.
Yeah. And then she was just like so upset. She's like, I don't want to be near you.
I don't
like when he's trying to repair that computer that they found from the previous episode, and she's just like, well, you're upset. I'm going downstairs.
Yeah. So, but I'm surprised you give it a 4, though. That's pretty low.
Maybe a 5.
Yeah, I don't want to force you to change your rating.
No, I'll go 5.
I don't want to. No, I'll ask you again next week. Hopefully,
it reminds me a lot of Jericho, and I think it's got a lot of cool things that Jericho didn't have.
Are good things about Jericho?
Yeah,
though.
It's on Netflix, but you don't have Netflix.
I don't have Netflix.
Don't bother with Jericho though.
I don't have time for Netflix.
It ends very unsatisfyingly, and everyone's just like,
bring it back.
Yeah,
bring it back. All right.
Speaking of shows that I love, though, absolutely love, Last Resort.
So you love it, huh?
Yeah. Oh my God, the show's amazing.
All right, so I have to give a small confession.
Yeah.
I was eating lunch while watching it, so I wasn't 100%.
You weren't completely enthralled.
No. Plus, so I had to watch it. I had to watch it downstairs because for some reason I didn't record it.
Oh. All right. Well, so Last Resort, the rogue submarine had to launch. Apparently, it did launch a nuke at the U.S. and hit the water.
Yeah.
It was a nuke, so you were right.
I know.
It wasn't just a Scud missile.
I got
or something.
you. That's all right.
All right. So then they're stuck on this island, and they're
not stuck on it. They decided to take the island captive.
Yes, and so they have to end up defending against this troop incursion that we think is the U.S. and turns out it's Russians. So
the Spetsnaz.
So they have to fight off the Russians, and it's kind of about
they had to fight off the Russians, and they ended up having another sub that was like teasing with crossing the 200-mile boundary.
Yeah, and they used some tech to like scare it away.
Yeah,
they completely went dark, and no one could find the sub.
We should talk about the tech. I like tech.
No, what's the tech?
Tech on deck. Stealing that from the Tech Fetish podcast.
Okay.
I don't know how the fuck it works. It's probably not real, but whatever. It just makes it's like the submarine's there. You flip on this computer. It just takes the submarine off radar or any type of like scanning equipment.
Yeah, totally proprietary. They don't know how it works.
They don't know how it works. They're a little scared to use it because it takes over every control system in the entire sub.
Yeah, and they almost lose power.
Yeah, which I would be kind of scared about doing that too.
Especially when the threat of nuclear annihilation is your only weapon.
Yeah. So they
didn't stop the Russians though from coming over.
Fucking Spetsnaz.
Yeah. I like when he's going to go out there, try to talk to him, be like, hey, no, don't. And then he's just like in his ear, he just hears, yeah, those are Russians. And he's like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
And then he just hiding.
So, where do you want to start with this one?
Let's start with the captain. We find out the captain that his son had died 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And that's why his chief of the boat there, the guy Cobb that's in jail, that's why Cobb is saying that's why he didn't want to fire the nukes or whatever because he doesn't trust the U.S. government.
I totally understand that.
Yeah, Except then he gives the speech is like, "You all know me. You know me."
That's not a speech. That's a fucking phrase. That's all he said is "You know me."
Yeah, and then he went off to cry by himself, and Scott Speedman shows up and is like, "Hey, Andre Brower, it's okay. Cry about your son." That was a real touching scene, though.
You liked it?
Yeah. I thought Andre Bauer was really well. And that he, he's trying to hold in all the emotion of his son dying, but it's too much for him. And his friend's there.
Did you see him cry, though? I didn't particularly care for it.
Why?
Because, he covered his eyes. And
he was trying to hide.
He didn't want showing his teeth. He's like, It's like, it's like
he didn't want. He's a strong guy, and he didn't want to show that he's hurting.
Is his eyes like always bloodshot though?
Yes, he hasn't slept at all.
I mean, it just seems like this guy's eyes are just nothing but fucking bloodshot.
That's how good of an actor he is. He's just completely committing to it.
All right, I got to do this scene. Finger in the eye. Let's go do it.
No, he doesn't sleep at all.
So he's doing this without sleeping for 4 days.
Yes.
All right.
That's what I'm getting.
That's why his eyes
are bloodshot. Yeah.
So you're enjoying this more than Revolution?
Yes, because you got. I mean, I already like the underbrow, the captain. I forget his name. What's his actual name on the show?
Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus. Whatever.
Chaplin.
Yes. And then I like Cobb. He's saying how he's a soldier and he just follows orders, and you ignored the orders, so you shouldn't do this. And then we've got the female lady who's like, no one really respects her, and then she
Lieutenant Grace.
Yes, Lieutenant Grace
Shepard.
Yes, and then she runs out there, tries to stop the Spetsnaz from attacking, and then like the sniper dude from the SEALs shows up. I think it's SEALs, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because they're on a Navy boat, so he shows up, snipes them all down. So he's kind of, they're pushing him more to be a part of this crew that's trying to defend this island.
Which way is I think you got this one SEAL guy that they picked up prior to the mission, but you see another SEAL guy walking with him, and like he's just like not there. Like, where is this guy?
No one cares about the rest of the SEALs.
Yeah, but you just see this because I think there's like 3 alive. Because
there
was 4.
One was
died.
Injured.
Yeah,
one died. Well, a couple died, I think, on the ship.
Yeah, because when they got hit by that bomb or whatever, he got like a rivet in the head or something. He did something happen.
Yeah, and then they had a couple dead already. And then
there's like 3 of them are alive, though, isn't there?
Yeah, there's one who's injured, and then the 2, I think, and the one who's always getting drunk now.
Yeah, constantly getting drunk.
Yeah, and the girl who runs the bar is just like, you must make peace.
Yeah,
and drawing things on his face or something. I don't know.
What'd you think of that?
I thought it was weird, because
why the fuck you drawing on my face?
Yeah, it was a little heavy-handed, being like, "Oh, you must make peace. Oh, you are wise. Make peace." I don't know.
What dialect is that you trying?
That's just ethnic dialect.
Ethnic.
Yeah.
All right.
You must make peace.
I do have to say that. Last Resort seems to be a lot more action-packed.
Yes, than Revolution. Well, actually, no. Revolution's got sword fights. Everybody loves sword fights.
It's true. Everyone does. I mean, look at the
Pirates movies.
Yes,
or Star Wars. It's all about laser swords. Which makes it 1,000 times better.
I'm gonna do one quick tangent for a second.
Okay.
So in Big Ben above Howard's bed, he's got the 2 lightsabers.
Yes.
So I go to Kristen. I'm like, "Can we have that in our bedroom?" And she's like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with a nerd." I just want him on the remote that lights him up like his.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking badass.
That is cool. I've got a puzzle that's framed that's Star Wars in my room.
It's not the same as lighting up.
No, it's not.
Sabers.
I do have a bunch of action figures. You actually saw my brand new room.
Yes, I saw it.
Speaking of tangents.
It's not a brand new room, really, though.
Well, it's the room I moved into.
It's the room he moved into. I like it, I was impressed by his comic book collection.
Yes. And what'd you say? You're like, I was impressed by it, and then I...
Yeah, I was impressed by it, and then I felt every vagina closing up. These are the jokes.
Yeah. I feel like this is comedy button jokes.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
really
a podcast we listen to.
But I thought it was pretty nice. I like your action figures.
Yes, thank you.
I want to actually get some of my own, but I'm hesitant to because I just don't want to cross that line.
What action figures would you want to get?
Probably more video game. More video game.
Like another Marcus Phoenix to go with your Marcus Phoenix statue.
Yeah, this Phoenixes all over.
Just Marcus Phoenixes.
Yeah, maybe some other ones.
Maybe some Dom, and then you can just reenact Dom dying and just yell, "Dom, no, no, Dom." That's my Marcus Phoenix voice.
So let's get back to Last Resort.
Yep. So, what do you think this show is better than Revolution?
I don't know. I wish I had. I wish I was just devoted strictly to it today. But next week I should. But I didn't particularly care for the fight scene with the Spetsnaz because I thought it seemed very it didn't seem real to me. It seemed like
Well, yeah, it seemed like they kind of had them hiding out most of the time.
It was half-assed to me. Like in my mind, this is not how this would actually go down.
Yeah, especially when the Spetsnaz just punches Grace, and then she's like on her back and
she's
about to die.
Yeah,
and like she's so weak about sort of like she gets punched, and there's like a second where she's like, "Oh no," and then fighting off the guy with the knife, and then he gets shot.
Right, but like,
and then she yells out, "Yay!"
There's just so much going on between like Grace and Cobb, and like how Cobb talks to this other guy who goes, on the mission, saying, like, don't help her, I guess. More or less. Like, we didn't know what he said.
Yeah.
Did we?
Well, no, he was kind of like, watch her or something.
Yeah, you know what to do.
Yeah.
And so, more or less, the guy was like in the heat of the battle, and this other guy just ended up leaving her back for her to die.
Yeah.
And so, like, I feel like that shit should not be going down. Like, yeah, that can go down once, but the fact that she didn't deal with it when the shit...
When we got back?
Well, yeah.
Well, they're in the middle of a firefight. They can't deal with AWOS soldiers yet. I feel like if they don't address it, like you're saying, in the next episode, that's definitely a failure of the show, because, like, you can't have this breakdown in chain of command that's happening. No,
but what do you mean after the whole... When they caught the Spetsnaz and they got back to, like, the camp and, like, all right, let's put them in jail, whatever.
Yeah.
She should have dealt with it right then and there. Either told the cap or spoke to the XO, and like said like, hey, this is what happened. This guy is like,
well, we even had a breakdown in the chain as soon as they got back, because one of the dudes wanted to kill the Spetsnaz outright, and then Captain Chaplin's like, we are treating these guys as POWs.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe that, like, Grace is definitely, she doesn't really have the force behind her right now. She doesn't really think. I don't think she has enough
charisma.
To like be like, hey, cut this out, you guys. I'm taking you down.
I just think, even when that guy spoke against the XO about killing the POWs, like, that shit should not have even happened. Like,
well, they're under a lot of stress.
I understand they're under a lot of stress, and like, but these guys,
especially when we're talking about like they disregarded an order to fire, so everyone's kind of like questioning what is the nature of chain of command.
But like his argument is like, there's no police here or something like that. He said, didn't he say that?
He said something about we are the police. Who polices the police? We police the police.
But this
because we are the police.
Just on that fact alone, he says that's an order not to shoot him. The XO should have fucking shot him, in my opinion.
What? Be like, that's an order not to shoot. Bam! I'll be the one.
Well, deciding. The fact that he did not back down after saying that,
Yeah.
I mean, that is just...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if he did that, no one's gonna follow him anymore. They're gonna be like, "What are you doing, man?"
You think so?
Yeah.
I
just
don't
start
know.
executing people for disobeying orders.
Yeah. What the fuck?
He disobeyed an order, so they'll be like, "Oh, it's okay for you to disobey orders, but not for us."
I don't know. So I mean that, and just the whole way that whole fight went down, it just didn't seem like that's not actually like him walking out there. That is just retarded to me.
If they were really Spetsnaz too, I don't think they would walk right into a kill zone without knowing.
I think they would. Yeah. And like,
especially when we've got just like naval people fighting. They're not even Marines or Army or anything.
They're trained though into this.
They are, but they're not as highly trained as the Spetsnaz, the like elite of the Russian military.
I agree. Probably not, but I just felt like, I don't know. I mean, I like it. I'm gonna definitely give it another shot, only because I don't want it to get canceled.
Yep. Well, it will be. Mark my words, it'll get canceled.
I mean, I'll give
It's got better hope though. Right now, like this third episode's gonna be killer for if it's gonna stick around.
Mm-hmm.
I hope just a season though. Well, that we at least get a season. That's what I'm hopeful for.
I mean, I'm definitely enjoying Revolution no more. I think as it sits right now.
Well, we'll see.
I mean,
next week
I'm gonna give it a lot. It's just like I don't understand why his wife keeps getting brought into the picture.
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah. I feel like that's a dead end for the storyline.
I mean, like and I just don't understand that. And then like that whole lawyer guy coming in there, like that's so fake.
Yeah, obviously fake.
Too. Yeah, and I just don't understand. I just don't understand why she's playing a role.
Yeah. Like the other girl they have on this Kaylee?
Yeah, the one that was in the NATO base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she makes sense because she's like trying to figure out like what went wrong on the ship, and she's trying to get the fire order that Chaplin said came through the Arctic relay. So she actually finds the number of the order.
Oh, that girl. Yeah.
But the dude who got it ended up dying, and then she just gets like pretty much torn a new one. Like, I hope you die alone. You did this, didn't you? And then she just kind of walks away.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think her storyline is played out better than
the wife.
Yeah. Because like she developed that machine that makes them invisible to radar.
Yeah.
She developed that. She ended up talking to the senator, I believe.
No, he was an admiral.
He was an admiral?
Yeah.
She ended up talking to the admiral.
He really disappeared, though.
Yeah.
Like, you think he would have raised a fuss.
He's in the future, on next week's episode.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
All right. So a lot of these questions hopefully are resolved.
Yeah, hopefully. But, like, I mean, I think her storyline fits in way. I just don't understand the wife's.
Yeah, it seems unnecessary when we have, like, so many people within the military on this island, and then we've got,
I mean, I don't,
like, her.
I mean, you can say the same thing for the girl who keeps talking to, the SEAL guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what is her storyline, really?
Well, hopefully they get into that, and we don't just have each episode someone like
hers
attacking.
Fits in better because they're on their island, and then on I'm gonna say it again on the next week's episode, you see the island people really start to be like revolting.
A part of it.
Yeah. Well, not they're in the picture now saying, "Look, what the fuck you're on my island for?"
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much question marks about this island and like chain of command on this island that they more need to resolve this than the outside force that's happening.
Yeah.
So. All right, that's Last Resort. On to the Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk.
Which is pretty much, this is like almost like a setup for an even bigger war that is coming on the last episode we just watched, which is the fourth one. I forget the title, but they like, it pretty much ends with like Nucky's men getting gunned down and the booze stolen by, what is this guy? Chip Rossetti, I think is something Rossetti. Is this guy who's like this new guy that just showed up, and he takes everything as an insult. Like, people are saying good luck, and he ends up just like lighting a guy on fire, and he just starts killing people.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people work with this dude, because he's obviously insane.
No, I like him though.
I like how crazy he is. Like Joe Pesci, if Joe Pesci were a mob boss,
right?
Instead of like the regular guy he's in Goodfellas. But yeah. So then there's Rothstein needs his booze too, and they're like, he's not getting.
So are we just gonna talk about this last episode, or
no? You can talk about all
the
ones
briefly.
Yeah.
So basically, it's the whole season, isn't it? Did we do any of it? Did we talk about any of it?
We talked about the first. No, we might have talked about the first episode, I think.
Did we? All right, so we just did it too. So what happened? I don't remember.
Guys got angry, and then he tried to cool him down. The guy's still angry, so he ends up almost basically starting a war with Nucky.
Right.
And while this is going on, there's like more fighting in Chicago with Al Capone.
Yeah.
Like, well, Al Capone's pretty much like, I don't understand why they had the Al Capone storyline too.
Why?
It's pretty much like, there's the Chicago storyline, and Chicago doesn't really play a part in New York that much, the New York, New Jersey area.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like there's a crossover at all there anymore. Like before, when you had Jimmy over there and he was working with Al, that made sense.
Yeah.
And also when they were like buying booze from Nucky, but they're not buying booze from Nucky anymore. Well, only Arnold Rothstein.
I think this is gonna play the role that, like, you understand, like, Al is starting to become a little bit more unhinged.
I wouldn't say unhinged, but the guy did beat up his brother-in-law or friend.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm not surprised that Al went that far and ended up killing this guy in a bar fight. He wanted to get revenge, and then his son's getting picked on at school too, so he took out all that anger on this guy. When you're Al Capone, you can ruffle a few feathers.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm trying to make. When he's Al Capone, he's becoming more Al Capone.
Yeah.
He's becoming.
Well, I wouldn't say Al Capone was that unhinged as a person.
He was unhinged, dude.
Come on.
He was unhinged.
You gotta kill guys. When you're in the business, as Nucky figures out, you gotta show a little backbone, and you can't let these guys just walk all over you.
No, but I think what's his name? Who runs the Chicago guy? The one who's in Italy right now.
Oh, I forget the guy's actual name.
Yeah,
like that guy in charge of it.
Yeah, the guy who's in charge of the Chicago, area, is in Italy, and Al's is kind of taking over. So you see him like he tried to go fight the guy who made fun of his kid for not hearing.
Yeah.
You see him beat this guy up in the bar. I think next week we're gonna see him do some fucked up shit again, and maybe one more. And then before that guy comes back and be like, and when he comes back, I feel like he's gonna die.
Oh, from Al's hand, Al's gonna try to take over.
No, I don't think Al's gonna kill him because I think.
But what Al's doing is gonna start a war between the
Al's gonna start a war, and he's gonna be collateral damage, and Al's gonna take over the faction.
Yeah, probably. I mean, pretty much. It seems like everyone's about to come to actual war right now because there was that scene with the Italian guy who almost got jumped, and then the other guy busted out in New York, and it was like the gun shooting on the street and stuff.
Yeah, that was over the heroin.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I mean, there's definitely in all these cities, it's becoming like battles.
Yeah, but like
there's everyone wants the power right now. Like there's been a status quo, and now people are like want more.
Well, it's because there's only really two people in power. You got Nucky and Rothstein.
Yeah, Rothstein. Yeah, and especially since Manny Horvitz is dead.
Yeah.
So like, there's a vacuum there too. And then like, was it Waxy Gordon's the only other guy?
Who's Waxy?
I don't know who. I don't think we've seen Waxy Gordon at all.
I thought we have.
No, I isn't he he's the Italian guy that Lucky Luciano's talking to.
Maybe
at the end of the episode, they're talking Italian, and he's saying, "Watch out for these Jew guys."
Oh, that's Waxy.
Yeah,
that
could be. That's Waxy.
That could be
because Rothstein's a Jew, so everyone's like making snide comments about him only interested in money and he'll backstab you or whatever, like the usual racist stuff people throw at Jewish people.
Right.
So like, yeah, there's definitely he's getting pushed back from Waxy. So Waxy and Rothstein seem like they're not getting along getting along well right now. And then we got this Chip Rossetti guy showing up, just basically killing everyone. Like that was a pretty gnarly like shootout they had there. They just got wasted,
right?
Like Nucky's men. And then like Eli just shows up back out of prison,
right?
And then they did a pretty good job with Eli just being like pushed back, and they pushed back and against like he's not involved anymore.
Oh, we're wrong about Waxy.
Who's Waxy?
That guy's Waxy.
No, that guy wasn't that guy there. I don't
know. That's what according to Wikipedia.
All right. Well,
Boardwalk Empire Wiki. That's Waxy Gordon.
Well, I can't tell them apart.
Yeah.
I only know Rothstein. That's the only guy I know.
Yeah.
And Capone. Those are the big guys.
Nucky.
Yeah,
we got him.
Nucky, of course. Eli.
Yep. So, I mean, I think it's interesting, speaking of Eli, so Eli goes, so there's one filling station between New Jersey and New York.
Yeah.
And was Tiber Heights?
Yeah, Tiber Heights,
yeah.
I think.
So that Italian guy, which I wish I knew his name.
Rossetti.
Is it Rossetti?
Yeah, Chip Rossetti.
He's controlling it.
Yeah, he pretty much gets in there and like stops the shipments.
Right, and so he's controlling it, and so he stops the shipment. It's like, well, shit. What's the guy who speaks weird?
Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey.
Mickey O'Doyle.
Yeah.
O'Doyle.
So Mickey
makes the laugh all the
time. I like him.
Yeah.
So he was told by Nucky not to go through Tiber Heights.
Yeah.
So he goes up to Tiber Heights, pays off supposedly the new sheriff.
Yep.
And so he's actually in bed with
Rossetti. Yeah.
And so,
which is weird because Rossetti just lit his former head sheriff on fire.
Yeah, before. But maybe like it was a benefit because that now he's the sheriff. Yeah,
good point.
So I mean that worked out well for him. And so Eli saw this all happen down. He sees the cop and Rossetti get together and like spread guys out to do an ambush. And so Eli goes like halfway back to New Jersey to try to stop the trucker, and the trucker was like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah.
And then they all die.
Yep. And then at the end of the episode, Eli goes and talks to Nucky, So we could be looking at Eli becoming back into the fold with Nucky and being part of the operation more, because he did see this happening and he tried to warn him against it. So there's that, I guess. And then they still have Nelson Van Alden. He's like Miller now.
Yeah, he's
his
like
name. Like he just kind of shows up a little bit in there, but I don't remember who is his new wife because I thought he ran away with that other lady who had the kid.
No.
Who did he run away with then?
He ended up. What happened is like you thought he was hooking up with the baby mother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she left like 1 or 2 episodes before the end of the season, and
Did she?
Yeah. So he hired this Italian. No, not Italian. Irish woman.
Yeah.
Right off the boat to come
yeah.
in there, be a babysitter, and then when all this shit down, when he ended up, and he's like, "Will you be my wife?" So
was he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's what happened to her.
I guess I watched, So you walk away for a minute, you miss one thing.
Yeah. This is true.
Yeah, because there's so many characters in this show.
I mean, it's like any HBO show. If you're not fucking fully into it, you're missing shit.
Yeah, especially with like at least in Game of Thrones, I've read the books, so I know people's names.
Right.
And there's also like you know where you are by basically how it's shot. You know, if it's white and there's snow everywhere, you're on the wall. You know, if you're down south, you know where you are.
But I think this is one of the better seasons thus far for Boardwalk, in my opinion.
Second is still my favorite so far.
It
like
is?
what they did with Jimmy's like downfall and stuff.
Jimmy was great. So do you think what's that new Irishman that's with Nucky? There seems to be
Slattery.
Seems to be some shit going on.
What do you mean?
Like with 2 of them, like Nucky was like,
oh yeah.
You saw Mickey Doyle turn to him, be like, "Yo, is this what we're gonna do?" And then you see Nucky's like, "Why the fuck you asking him?" And then like. You see, like,
well, I think it was the sort of thing like in the previous season that he was kind of like his Nucky's strongman or whatever.
Yeah.
But now since Nucky, he's gone full gangster. He kills Jimmy, and now he kills this other kid who was robbing from him. Like he's getting his hands dirty now. So I think he's kind of pushed back with that. Like he doesn't want Slattery to be seen as a strongman. He wants to be seen tough now, and like willing to get his hands dirty and stuff. So yeah, Nucky's definitely becoming more of a violent gangster.
Yeah. I mean, he ended up shooting that kid, which I thought the Irishman was gonna kill him.
I thought they were gonna let him go.
You did?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna join the operation.
No, I didn't think he was, but I just didn't think it was gonna go down the way it went down.
Yeah, well, I knew as soon as he gave the cigarette, I was like, all right, you're wasted, kid. What are you smiling about, kid? This is your last cigarette he's giving to you. You're gonna die.
What do you think set him off? The fact that he lied about smoking before?
Yeah, I think once they knew he lied about that, they knew he was completely untrustworthy. So they're just like, well, you're dead, kid.
Yeah,
you're young, kid. You're dead.
You're dead. But I think this is a great season though.
Yeah. And I do like the parts where Nucky's like trying to deal with like killing Jimmy, and it still is haunting him and stuff. Like he's having nightmares and stuff.
Which is interesting because he's becoming kind of a killer.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
but like the scene where he talks to Darrow, when Darrow brings in O'Doyle, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he didn't kill Horvitz, I did." And then Doyle leaves, and then like Nucky asks him, "So do you still how many guys have you killed?" And he's like 63, and he's like, "Do you still think about them?" And he's like, You know, don't you, or something?
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
You
never forget him or something. He doesn't say that, but that's what he means. So I think Nucky's kind of, if you just up the body count, maybe he can just forget about the other ones.
Right. You don't actually see him at all this episode.
Who?
Doyle.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
Yeah.
When
he's got the gun to his head. And then when he's talking to Rothstein, he's like, "Why am I talking to you? I never want to hear you again."
Oh, not him, not Doyle. Excuse me, not Doyle. The guy with half the face missing.
No, you did see him, Darrow.
Yeah, when?
Harrow, Harrow.
Harrow. Yeah.
I always want to say Darrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, Harrow when he brings in Doyle to Nucky, is like, "I killed Manny." I thought I meant this last episode we didn't see him in. Oh, he wasn't in this last episode?
No, that was the one before.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
Yeah.
That was a good episode, though.
Yeah, it was.
I liked him.
Yeah, because like he asked him, he's like, "Are we all good?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're good."
Yeah, Jimmy was a soldier. He was dead already.
Yeah.
I cared about what's her face.
Oh, his wife.
Yeah. Yeah, which is nice for him.
Angela.
Yes.
So I don't know. I just think it's a much better season.
It's definitely a good season. I'll definitely agree. Especially I watched like 3 episodes this week, so I got them all in a row.
That's the way to do it. I tell you, with the HBO shit, I think that's the best.
It's because it's so good that I just don't want to have to sit through an hour. You know, I want to sit through like a movie length of it.
Yeah.
Because I when you watch one episode, you're like, that's it. I need to see more.
Yeah.
So that's why I end up waiting.
So out of the 3 shows, which one's your favorite?
Right now, I don't know. We haven't seen enough Last Resort.
That's true.
Last Resort might be my favorite just now because it's so new. Yeah. It's like the new kid on the block that
I'm just so surprised. The people want. So surprised.
But Boardwalk's second, definitely.
Yeah.
Boardwalk's tied. Boardwalk's really good. Tell me when Game of Thrones starts, though.
All right.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, coming up next week, we actually have the return of Walking Dead.
Yep. So
I saw a little preview thing yesterday because I'm still watching Hell on Wheels. I know you don't really watch it.
No, I don't.
I'm enjoying it.
Are you?
Yeah.
I've seen it, the first 2 episodes of season 1, and then like I saw the end of one episode recently too. It seems okay, but I just don't have the time for that show with all my Smallville watching. And
all my Smallville watching. I haven't been really doing a great job with it, so I don't know if I'm going to keep up with watching Hell on Wheels. But
but they showed a preview for the
Walking Dead. They showed a preview for Walking Dead, and it looked fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
they show him in a prison.
Yeah, well, that's where they'll end up.
Yeah, so
because that was the final shot of the end of the season. Was it like pans up and you see like a prison in the background.
I don't remember that shot, but
it's the last shot.
I don't remember it.
Yeah. But they need to work on their character consistency, and if they can nail that and not spend so much time with Herschel, not spend so much time with Herschel, just hemming and hawing about saving zombies.
Yeah.
Like if they can get over that, hopefully we'll see some good things.
It seems like a lot more characters are going to be introduced in the prison.
Yeah, and there'll also be the governor is showing up, who's a main antagonist from the comics.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know when he's going to show up, but it's 16 episodes this year for Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got a few.
Can't wait.
More than usual, so as long as they don't have so much filler as the last one, because
they
spent so much time just...
There's like 3 or 4 episodes could be just fucking put in the trash.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
But I'm optimistic.
You're optimistic?
Yeah. The Walking Dead always has enough where I'll probably stick around forever until it gets really bad. But to me, it's not that bad yet. No, it's inconsistent.
You're gonna stick around, Danny.
Yeah. I stuck around for 102 issues of the comic, so why not keep going? But I think I'm going back to getting trades for the comic because I hate. I don't know. The one issue isn't enough anymore.
Yeah.
For the Walking Dead comic.
Why?
I don't know. Just it seems so much slower when that happens, and it's cheaper to get the trade paperback. So I might be going back to that.
How often do those come out?
Every 6 months.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like bad. six in a trade, 6 issues in a trade. So yeah, at $3.50 each.
Wow.
Yeah, for an issue.
Big spender.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's the big television talk.
A lot of television talk. Sorry, Charlie.
Yeah.
Not really, though.
No.
You could have been here.
This is becoming a huge television podcast.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll get some more. I played a little bit of Borderlands, so hopefully I play some more.
All right. Sandy's got XCOM coming out this week, so he'll be talking about that.
That's coming out this week?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I have to get that.
There's going to be a lot of XCOM talk.
XCOM. You buying it?
Yeah, I think I'm going PS3.
Why?
Because Sandy's on PS3. I don't have Xbox Live right now. Like I could easily buy it.
But it's like, what's the multiplayer on it? Like, will you be playing with him? Or?
No, there's multiplayer on it, so I'll probably play with him. Yeah, but I don't know. It's in my room, so I can just play it on my room.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna go. Why, you get an Xbox?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should go Xbox. But it's more because I didn't pay for Xbox Live yet. Mine expired, so
yeah.
I don't play it enough where I think it's worth $60. So.
I don't know. I think it just hits my credit card. I don't even pay attention.
Yeah, it did, but I stopped using that credit card now because I don't get the rewards points for Amazon. So that's why I switched.
Why you don't get Amazon Resort? Oh, you don't get them for Amazon.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because I switched to my other credit card. I don't get rewards points, so now I went to the one that I do.
What is the multiplayer though on XCOM?
Adversal multiplayer, I think. So like you're just fighting against somebody else, but it's turn based. So one turn to the next turn.
That would be pretty fun though. I don't know.
I don't know how big the maps are.
I just don't like playing on the PlayStation.
I don't either. I don't like the controller really, but since it's like a
turn-based,
turn-based.
There's no speed really involved in it. It probably would be fine.
Just hitting buttons. It's not like I'm like cursing over like different things, and I gotta be quick with it with the triggers. And stuff.
I don't know.
I mean, it is time-based. Like you have a limit to how long you have before you make your moves.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. If you get it on PlayStation, let me know.
All right, but that's Tuesday, so a lot of XCOM next week.
Maybe.
Continue with the TV shows.
Right, definitely continue with TV.
Yep.
So you can check us out on youtube.com/addictpodcast.
You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/addictpodcast.
You can
follow us on Twitter. Yep, at Addict Podcast. We don't really tweet, but
you can rate us on iTunes.
Yeah, definitely rate us on iTunes. That's a big one.
I think that's it.
That's it. Yep.
Oh, so next week we're actually got New York Comic Con next week.
Oh yeah,
so it won't be any XCOM next week.
Yeah, no, we're probably gonna record coming back. Too,
yeah,
so
we are definitely.
We'll have reports from the floor. What kind of hijinks we got into, giving out our
business cards. I got threatened to be kicked out again. Can't wait.
I'm gonna try to get some things signed. So I'll probably end up buying a lot of comics too, though.
You nerd.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring in like $150, $200.
Oh God.
Yeah. Hey, they had good deals, man.
I'm going to hit up the street vendors and get some more food. I don't exactly know if it's food or not.
Just weird looking hot dogs.
I don't know what this is, but it's okay tasting.
Yeah.
So, all right. On that note, we'll see you guys next week from New York.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.